pull today before I get on with the rest of my responsibilities, because that's what we do over here. Such as I already had to contact back animal control because they were asking me about the rabies tag that they mailed me from their office to my house. We see that you're behind on. It's like, you guys are the ones that mailed me the tag. You don't keep records of what you mail out. I sent him a picture of the tag. Here it is. So either they have very poor records management system, or it could be somebody trying to report me again. Because we all know, you guys already know the story about when I got the second dog, and then they showed up to my front door accusing me of having 3 dogs. And I mean, the dog that they can't find her tag, whatever. That just went down at the vet's office. So I would assume that the veterinarian would have communicated that with the county. I mean, I paid them $700 fucking for some shit for all their shots and everything. They can't send that over. Even though the tag came from the people that are questioning me about it. Dun dun dun! Is it a conspiracy, or people just got way too much time on their hands doing shit that don't fucking matter? Well, I know, Miss Kona, that's right. Yes. She says, I'm right here. Yeah, I know. Is all this arguing over me? Yeah. They were like, where did she go? It's like, you guys sent me the tag. And if the veterinarian's not giving you the money that I gave them for it, then we got a fucking problem, don't we? Okay? But y'all already mailed me the tag, so why would the onus be on me to prove, you know what I mean? That's where I'm like, and considering someone's already reported my dogs, within the last 3 months. You know what I mean? I don't believe in little quinky dinks like that. Just a little quinky dink, is it? Or somebody got too much time on their hands and they think they can fuck me over, but they're wrong. 'Cause they got too much time on their hands. Too much. Okay? Yeah, they're gonna get a tumor. They're gonna get a tumor, right, Arnold? Right, Arnold? Playing their little games. Okay? People do get sick from that stuff. They do. There's some people that get sick and you feel sorry for them, and there's some people who get sick and you're like, well, they were kind of a jerk. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you. Where are you from? I'm in the United States. United States calling. You ever see that movie? When it's in that part of the song. Does somebody answer you out there and I pick it up? La, 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 la. God, that's the most freaking played phone call on the radio that wasn't even a phone call, right? King of Cups. All right, this is straight tarot today. 7 of Wands. St. Michael, defend us in battle. You might be in defensive mode like I am today, having to defend yet again my honor and my home of accusations from people that should know better. It's like, y'all are the ones that mailed me the goddamn tag. You don't have a record of that? Who's working in your fucking office these days? Is this what my taxes pay for? That's what my taxes pay for. So you all can come and accuse me of what? Breathing the air, farting in my own house, picking my nails when I want. You got any other problems out there, people? Because guess what? Nobody over here in this house gives a shit. Because we are minding our business. Exactly. Someone said yup in the chat. Because that is what it's about. It's about minding our business and getting stuff done. It's 2026. We don't have time for distractions. We don't. That's why I sent a picture of the dog tag. First, I sent them a message and said, the vet's office didn't communicate this to you. And then secondly, I sent them a photo of it. And it's like, here it is. Here it is. The one you guys said was overdue since last month that you mailed to me from your office. Or is that the next thing? They're going to start accusing people of forging dog tags for their animals? Is that next? Right? You know how these municipalities are on these little nickel and dime bills too, to raise funds for the city, right? And if you get delinquent on any of those, they'll try and throw that into a tax sale or something. Just watch. That'll be the next thing. Because they already got the tax sales that happen. Sometimes without even properly notifying the individual, the owners. Secondly, then they got all these little nickel and dime fees. I just watched this thing out in California, this couple that ran a vineyard, and they had that one of the workers that worked at the vineyard had a housing issue, and he had a little, like a fifth wheel, and they agreed, Six of Cups, to let him park the fifth wheel on a part of the farm property. And these people out in California were like, no, you can't do that. They forced them to erect a mobile home, which their city still has. It's just all these bureaucrats, right? That's how they make their money. That's how they make their money. Not the honest way, is it? That's why a lot of people say politicians are dirty. Stay out of politics. Because trust me, you'll find yourself lying just being around these folks. Because you'd be lying thinking you're having a good time. Number one. Somebody just saved 15% on their car insurance by switching to Geico. I don't know that I have Geico for anything in particular, but that's funny. Page of Pentacles here in the solar plexus. Nice. What I'm getting from this is, if 2026 you wanted to start that new project, maybe you wanted to tile your bathroom or change the backsplash in your kitchen. Maybe you want to paint one of the rooms. Maybe you want to, whatever it is, something like that. Okay. I'm getting now is a good time to continue on with somebody said they're Bangladeshi. Is that what you meant to say there? Yeah, I'm in the United States. I've been to India on the eastern side, so closer to the Bangladesh side I have been, but not into that country though. Ooh, Ace of Cups right in the heart chakra. Look at that. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Giving yourself the love, letting that love be returned to you. Maybe sometimes defending those that you love. Yes. Because we wake up with a purpose, right? And when somebody starts saying that, no, that's not their purpose, it's this. Well, guess what? Folks are going to start getting a little testy when you start throwing your shit in their face that ain't fucking true. And obviously by my potty mouth, you can tell I'm the type. I am the type. Because you can sit here and say this, this, and this. Well, I have the physical evidence in my home. So, you know, Archangel Michael's got my back. What's your point? Since you came up onto my hill looking for a fight. Yeah, they're already starting to turn around. Exactly. You can see it in your head. They're like, oh, I don't think this is the right path, guys. Fall out. Fall out. Boy. Little children playing games. That's what I think a lot of some of these Facebook things I've seen over time. Especially, you know, people that try and like, I don't know. They think it's a joke, but really it's just like, you just sound like a jerk. Like people that are like, oh, my wife says the dumbest things. My wife's so dumb. Blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you really love your wife, huh? To be calling her dumb on the internet constantly? You sound like a shitbag. And you're lucky she puts up with any shit that comes out of your asshole, buddy. You're lucky she's feeding you any shit to begin with that you can shit. Oh, they can't keep a man. I look at some of these men that they're keeping. I'm thinking, why? Let them go. Let him go, Lord, and go out and explore and be the big adventurous man that he is. Honey, I made it down to the Casey's to pick up a pizza for dinner. I'm the man. Yeah, you the man. Hey, I'm not saying I never had Casey's pizza for dinner, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying? You know, these be the same men be like, she don't cook, she don't do no. It's like, do you all know, you know how to read? Then you can follow a recipe, sir. Not just your dumb wife. Can you get your dumb ass to the fucking store in time so that turkey's going to be thawed out in time for your big event? For your big event. Some people don't want to be kept by stupidity. Kind of like, I wouldn't want to work in the office that reaches out to people and says, hey, you're behind on this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, we already mailed them their certificate for that. It says they're paid. Reminds me of the movie. It's called The Nun's Story, starring Audrey Hepburn, where one of the sisters wants Audrey Hepburn's character to take a fall to express humility. Well, isn't that itself a lie? Because she's like, well, I don't want to take a fall. I actually do know what I know. You know, you have to think, is it in the benefit of the universe and the Most High God, or is it for the benefit of somebody else's piddly little feelings that they should have gotten over a long time ago? When it comes to that. You know what I mean? And she was able to stand up for herself as well in that movie, even though today's viewer would not even last 5 minutes. I think somebody in the chat needs to go. Okay, bye. You got they got booted out of there. You know what I mean? Like, don't be coming over here acting like that's what goes on. You know, just because I ain't out here begging for scraps from so-and-so and so-and-so, right? Sorry, I didn't spend all my money on cocaine. or whatever it is, or Chick-fil-A, or you know what I mean? Whatever it is. Oh, I'm going to put it on this horse at the track. Oh, I just know. Okay. That your kid needs shoes, right? Oh, well, I'll get that back when my horse wins. Okay. You know, the smart way about going about that, buy your kid shoes first, right? And then the change you have left over, that's what you go and gamble on. You know what I mean? Then you go buy your lottery ticket. Then you go place your bet at the track. I mean, you don't. That is childish. That is immature thinking. Thinking you're going to get the prize before even playing the game? And let me tell you, some people have been playing this game a lot longer than you. So when they see you walk in the door, oh boy. Guess what that makes you? That makes you chopped liver. Okay. In a lot of places, that's how it's handled. And they'll be grinning and smiling at you. Oh, yeah. Come on in. Come on into the big backyard, right? That's a big yard, all right. They shiv you out in those yards. Okay? I mean, I've said it before about my time. I said, here's a knife, watch your back. There's people around that have been related longer than just about as long as, okay? And they don't look at you as a brother or sister in Christ. They do not look at you that way. They see you as an outsider. I'm just saying this to prepare you. Okay? So when you're calling upon Archangel Michael, you understand why. You know what I mean? Some people choose the hard way. In turn, that can cause you some hardships, right? How you react to those hardships, of course, though. Therein lies the difference, right? Queen of Cups, throat chakra. It reminds me of a time when I was living in a different place and my neighbor's tree fell onto my driveway. Thankfully, my car was in the garage, but he came out and he was like, all sorts of crazy, but it's like, it was in my driveway. It's like, I'm the one that should be hollering right now, not you. Do you know what I'm saying? They eventually got to, cut, and I was able to at least, get my vehicle out of the garage. Understanding it's a stressful situation, but not losing your shit. All right. The Queen of Cups is capable of that. And maybe that's talking about your feelings. I'm not saying holding somebody hostage about your feelings for like an hour, like you're there for your therapy session. No, I'm not saying that. Just being able to communicate, feeling words. Some people cannot do that. Some people are not raised to do that. They talk about masking a lot with these neurodivergent afflictions that people have. Well, masking what? Masking your emotions, masking how you feel. A lot of us wear a mask in a way. We put on makeup, we do our hair, we put on a wig, put on the suit. You know what I mean? the world card here in the third eye. Okay. So you might be seeing a higher worldview than just what's around you, right? Seeing a more holistic approach. Maybe you're not really concerned that so and so left their garbage can wherever for 2 days and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. Everything is fine here in the crown chakra. So that could be the thing, is that people could be confused as to how you seem like you're fine, although there might be things happening around you that are not fine. That's just part of accepting reality sometimes, isn't it? I mean, there's people in this country that still don't want to accept who won the election. But they did, and they're now the president, and we've been living with this for a while. There's still people mentally that cannot move on from that. Okay. When I worked in the corporate world, I would say it was during my first 5-6 years there, when the building I was working in, there was a couple people, their favorite, expression was like, well, if you don't laugh, you'd cry, right? It's like, oh my God, what are these engineers doing to us? Oh my God, what's management asking us to do? Oh my God. Yeah, we get it. We get it. It can be a big challenge. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Are you going to lay there and be like, ah? Or are you going to take your little fingers and toes and nose and mouth and ojos, okay, and fix your little palo so it's not a loco? Those of you that have palo left. What a bitch. She called me bald. Hey, man, maybe you can wear a wig. Yeah. They still make toupees for men. There's all the hair club and all that stuff. People that they go overseas and get all these plastic surgeries and all that kind of stuff. But, you could, I mean, I've seen some really good glue on. I mean, wigs are not what they used to be. So that might really be significant for somebody today with the crown chakra here. Okay. So, and it could be like, oh no, everyone's going to make a comment. Everyone's going to see. Everyone's going to la 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 la. Guess what? Everyone doing this is not paying attention, because what they're doing is paying attention to some of this stuff that you don't even care about. So, don't let this get into your mental, right? And don't be afraid to suit up and boot up and say, yeah, I'm here and I'm defending my space, because I'm not going to let this happen. Yeah, is that over there and I don't have to like it? Yeah, sure. Is this going on over here and I don't really appreciate? Yeah, I imagine. I imagine you might have something to complain about, right? I think we all do. I started mine out with the complaint today about the people not understanding that they're the ones that mailed me the registration certificate that's valid. Like, who y'all got working in that office? Anyway. It actually looked like one of those automated emails. So it's like, did their batch system not update? I used to work in IT. Sometimes those bad programs have to run at the end of the month or on Sunday at like 11:59. Did you guys run that? Did you run that? Good question. We will find out more in the email chain. Right? I thought it was kind of silly. I had to contact my veterinarian also, because it's like, doesn't the veterinarian have to, they're the ones that gave them the money. They're the ones that have to give the money over to the county. So, I hope that's where my money went. Maybe there's a little batch problem on their side. Maybe all the payments didn't go out like they should have. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is why I keep all my paper receipts. Yeah, so, in times like these. These dogs are so quiet right now. I'm loving it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta go with it, right? Especially for a Monday. I'll let them be simmered down for a little while. I have to dry this hair before I go outside because where I live at, it's winter. We have all 4 seasons plus road construction, right? Alrighty. So lots of choices on the board. That's overall energy. Some people think like, oh, this is the year we're gonna do this, and this is the year we're gonna do it. Maybe you try the keto and it doesn't quite work for you. Maybe you try the vegetarian and it doesn't quite work. Maybe you try, do you know what I'm saying? There's all sorts of things that you can try, right? And you might be like, well, from the keto diet, I like this, and from the vegetarian diet, I like that, and from the pescatarian diet, I like this, and from the vegan diet, I like this. Okay? And kind of make your own cafeteria style, right? Some people get the Seven of Cups and they get all bent out of shape about it. you know. But, variety is the spice of life. Don't forget that. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I don't have any kitty cats in my house, but I don't think there's such a rodent problem in my neighborhood. But we do have people with some overactive imaginations. They like to call the police and file false reports on folks, so that's why I'm just wondering if this little my the latest over the dogs isn't something to do with that. So we'll see. We'll find out. We shall see. Okay. I hope this was helpful for y'all. Somebody in the chat says, "What's going on? What did I miss?" Sometimes that's just it. You didn't miss a darn thing. Not when it comes to what you need to be doing. You know? You saw what you needed to see, you heard what you needed to hear, and it's time to go forth. Right? So, anywho, until next time, please do manifest wisely. Remember to like the video, especially if you were in the chat today. Remember, you do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video, and I will never even know. It's not like Facebook where you can see like who likes who. Which I'm kind of curious. What do you guys think's going to happen with like Facebook and Instagram and Threads and all? You think there's going to be some kind of merge, like some tribal merge? I see it happening at least with like Instagram and Facebook. I feel like that will at some point in time change. That's just my guess. I don't think it's going away, but I think it's definitely going to change in the way that we use it. I think they're going to have to do something with that in order to stay competitive with, Google and TikTok and Snap and all the other apps and stuff. So, especially since, they got rid of, like hosting videos on their platform and stuff like that. So, whereas YouTube, which that's part of the reason I like to use it, it's free hosting. I don't pay any fee. I just have a Google account, you know what I mean, in my channel here, and I upload my videos, and You know, the only thing you're paying with is your time, and if you don't have a premium account and have to watch the ads. So, you know what I mean? I kind of like it that way myself. And of course, I do have that donation link down there if you choose to do so. Also, the links in the main description of the different cards, some that I use, are linked there, and those are associate links. I mean, I think, so, I mean, it should take you to the. That's one of those things. Like, I never made a lot of money do anything like that, so I would get these little notifications from Amazon saying we're gonna disconnect you from this program, blah blah blah. It's like they expect you to have like 1 million subscribers or something in order to do it. It's like, no, I'm just trying to put this stuff out here as for informational purposes, you know. So anyway, I had to unhide your comment if you're still in the chat there. That's interesting. Yeah, sometimes people want you to fight over things that you don't want to fight about, like any thought about fighting over anything like that has was a conversation that left a long time ago. That train left the station a long time ago and it's not coming back. And some people expect you to be that way, and it's like, no, sorry to disappoint you. Sorry to disappoint you, you know. But everybody handles things and life situations differently. That's why it's in your best interest sometimes not to react or get overly involved. Um, and just let it go, right? And do your own thing. Where you say, "What did I miss? I didn't miss nothing." Do you miss hearing arguments from so and so and so and so? I sure don't. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, um, I will talk to you guys soon. I just wanted to get a tarot out there because I haven't done traditional tarot in a few days. But for those of you that like getting the tarot cards, this was your tarot reading for today. And, or whenever you find this message and how it finds you. Okay. So, wishing you the best for 2026. Bye.